many military insiders are now coming out and sharing information on behalf of the public. To give you an example of one of these military insiders, we have Corey Goode. And Corey Goode actually has a YouTube channel, and that channel is named the Sphere Being Alliance, and so you can go check that out here on YouTube. These military insiders have worked in extremely high places within the military and factions that many of us have never heard of. For example, the Secret Space Program. And again, just to give you a reference, if you want to know more about the Secret Space Program, there's a man named Dr. Michael Salla who has a YouTube channel here, and I think the name of his YouTube channel is simply Dr. Michael Salla. Salla spelled S-A-L-L-A, and so you can go check his content out if you want to familiarize yourself with the Secret Space Program. Why are we talking about military insiders sharing information? Well, the majority of this information is to do with space and space travel, communication with extraterrestrial beings, and meetings on other planets. Corey Goode is an example of somebody who talks about this. However, the reason why I mention this today is because military insiders all seem to say the same thing, and this thing is that extraterrestrial beings throughout our galaxy, throughout our universe, all communicate telepathically. In fact, it is said that barely any of them speak to each other in conversation, in tongue or verbally, and that they all communicate telepathically. Telepathic communication is something that we are supposed to attain as we enter into the fifth dimension. And so it's interesting that military insiders are coming out and telling us that these beings communicate telepathically. Well, another interesting aspect is that these beings have said to these military insiders that if we are looking to communicate with them and contact them, we have to invite them in our lives. Now, these beings are angelic, benevolent, and loving, and so we have to radiate similar energies in order to attract them into our lives. This all ties into the laws of karma and the laws of compensation. Whatever you put out is whatever you get back. And so if you look to communicate with these beings from a loving perspective, from a loving point of view, then these beings will enter your life. How? I do not know. That's for you to find out. However, if these beings can communicate with us telepathically, then why can't we sit down to shut our eyes for 5 minutes and just call out these beings? Why don't we human beings try to communicate with these beings telepathically? I have had communication with extraterrestrial beings, and this was in the form of my dreams. And so these beings do exist, and they are looking for ways to reach out to you without trying to hinder your spiritual growth, without trying to scare you. And so yes, you can reach out to these beings telepathically, and yes, they will hear you. All you have to do is believe. We are powerful beings. We are magnificent beings having an earthly experience. However, we are a lot more powerful than many of us have been led to believe.